Hi and welcome to another quiz. I hope you're having a great day. This quiz is all about the 60s and 70s. There's questions on news events, music, movies and a whole lot of other trivia for you. So let's find out how much you can remember about the 60s and 70s. Here we go. Which car was used to make the classic 60s dune buggy or beach buggy? Was it the VW Beetle, Ford Mustang or the Jaguar E-Type? And that was the VW Beetle. What was the nickname for the best-known Berlin Wall crossing point? Was it Checkpoint Romeo, Charlie or Mike? And this one is Checkpoint Charlie. In 1976 movie Rocky, where does his love interest Adrian work? In a pet shop, in a bank or in a coffee shop? The answer, in a pet shop. Launched in 1971, what size were the first floppy disks? Were they 8, 5.25 or 3.5 inches? And they were 8 inches. The theme tune to which family sitcom started with the line, "Here's the story of a lovely lady"? Is that the Waltons, Happy Days or the Brady Bunch? And that is the Brady Bunch. The Bay of Pigs invasion in 1961 was a failed operation to remove whom from power? Fidel Castro, Manuel Noriega or Idi Amin? And the answer is Castro. In 1961, the largest nuclear weapon ever was set off. What was it called? The Tsar Bomber, Fat Man or Thin Man? And that was the Tsar Bomber. In 1979, the United Kingdom got its first female Prime Minister. What was her nickname? Was she the Stone, Iron or Laughing Lady? And she was the Iron Lady. Who did Jacqueline Kennedy marry in 1968? Was it Richard Burton, Tony Curtis or Aristotle Onassis? And she married Aristotle Onassis. Lurch is a character from what TV show that first aired in the 1960s? The Munsters, Star Trek or The Addams Family? And Lurch is from The Addams Family. Who discovered the Terracotta Army in 1974? Was it Howard Carter, local farmers or government historians? And they were discovered by local farmers. Marred by a terrorist attack, where were the 1972 Summer Olympics held? Were they in Munich, Montreal or Moscow? And if anybody knows who that photo is of and where, please let me know in the comments down below. The correct answer here is Munich. Who sang the song My Girl in 1964? Was that by the Temptations, the Supremes or the Four Tops? And that is by the Temptations. Which 1979 comedy movie was banned in many places, including Ireland and Norway? National Lampoon's Animal House, Monty Python's Life of Brian, or The Jerk? And he's a very naughty boy. The answer is Monty Python's Life of Brian. Which two countries jointly developed the Concorde? Was it Germany and the United States, France and the United Kingdom, or Japan and the United Kingdom? And that was developed by France and the United Kingdom. Who starred as Cleopatra in the 1963 movie? Was it Brigitte Bardot, Elizabeth Taylor or Audrey Hepburn? And that was Elizabeth Taylor. First built in 1960, what does the L stand for in laser? Does it stand for light, luminous or long? And it stands for light. April 12, 1961, Yuri Gagarin became the first man to travel into space. Name his spacecraft. Was it Vostok 1, Mir 1 or Venera 1? And it was Vostok 1. Who was the vice president who succeeded John F. Kennedy as president after his assassination? Was it Gerald Ford, Richard Nixon, or Lyndon B. Johnson? And it was Lyndon B. Johnson. Which character from Sesame Street is known for living in a garbage can? Is that Big Bird, Oscar the Grouch, or Bert? And it is Oscar the Grouch. In 1966, who became the first female Prime Minister of India? Was it Indira Gandhi, Golda Meir, or Benazir Bhutto? And it was Indira Gandhi. Who was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 1964? Was that Martin Luther King Jr., Mahatma Gandhi, or John Lennon? The answer, Martin Luther King Jr. Who was famous for their powerful one-inch punch? Was it Muhammad Ali, Bruce Lee, or Chuck Norris? And the answer, Bruce Lee. And sticking with him, what was Bruce Lee's last movie, released after his death in '73? Was it Enter the Dragon, Drunken Master, or Warriors 2? And the answer, Enter the Dragon. What was the name of the main family in Happy Days? Was it Bundy, Cunningham, or Partridge? And the answer is Cunningham. Who sang the classic song Like a Rolling Stone, released in 1965? Was it Bob Dylan, the Rolling Stones, or the Beatles? And that's by Bob Dylan. Actor Adam West played which well-known TV character in the 60s? Superman, Batman, or Spider-Man? And he was Batman. Which leader famously declared Ich bin ein Berliner during a visit to West Berlin in 1963? Was it Harold Macmillan, Charles de Gaulle, or John F. Kennedy? And that was John F. Kennedy. Which of these was not a feature of 8-track tapes? Rewind, play, or record? And there was no rewind. The movie Jaws is set in which fictional place? Gotham Island, Kings Island, or Amity Island? And it was set in Amity Island. Who wrote the novel Carrie, published in 1974? Was it James Patterson, Stephen King, or John Grisham? And that's by Stephen King. The Yom Kippur War caused substantial worldwide shortages in which of these? Oil, sugar, or wheat? And it caused the oil crisis. In 1974, Evel Knievel attempted to jump across which of these on a rocket-powered cycle? Snake River Canyon, Niagara Falls, or the Hoover Dam? The answer is Snake River Canyon. At the '72 Olympics, who broke the record for the most gold medals by a single athlete in a single Games? Was it Michael Phelps, Carl Lewis, or Mark Spitz? And it was Mark Spitz. Charlie Bucket, Grandpa Joe, and Augustus Gloop are characters from which '70s movie? Smokey and the Bandit, Kelly's Heroes, or Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory? And they are all from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Who used the stage persona Ziggy Stardust in the '70s? Was it Elton John, David Bowie, or Freddie Mercury? And the answer is David Bowie. Who sang the 1972 hit Lean On Me? Was that Bill Withers, Marvin Gaye, or Al Green? And that was Bill Withers. The Apollo command modules carried a crew of how many? 2, 3, or 4? and they carried a crew of 3. The 1969 Western musical starring Clint Eastwood and Lee Marvin was Paint Your What? Fence, house or wagon? And the answer, Paint Your Wagon. What is the name of the high school featured in Greece? Is it Rydell High, Westerberg High or Springfield High? And the answer is Rydell High. Formed in 1972, which country are pop group ABBA from? Are they from Norway, Denmark or Sweden? And they are from Sweden. Which president resigned as a result of the Watergate scandal? Gerald Ford, Lyndon B. Johnson or Richard Nixon? The correct answer here, Richard Nixon. Who starred as the main character Tony Manero in the movie Saturday Night Fever? Was it John Travolta, Sylvester Stallone or Al Pacino? And that was John Travolta. Which of these was launched in the mid-70s? Credit cards, VHS or the microchip? And the one there that was launched in the 70s was VHS. Which rock band's 1969 album cover featured them on a zebra crossing, or crosswalk for my American viewers? Was it the Rolling Stones, the Beatles, or Pink Floyd? And there's a bonus point if you can name the album. The answer is the Beatles. What caused the Apollo 13 mission to be aborted? Was it a navigation error, engine failure, or an oxygen tank explosion? And it was due to an oxygen tank explosion. Which 1970s action figure featured a bionic eye? G.I. Joe, Aquaman, or the $6 Million Man? And what was your favourite childhood toy? Let me know in the comments down below. I had one of these. The answer is the $6 Million Man. What breed of dog is Scooby-Doo? Is it a St. Bernard, Great Dane, or Mastiff? And Scooby-Doo is a Great Dane. Who played the role of Hawkeye Pierce in the TV series MASH? Was it Alan Alda, Mike Farrell, or Larry Linville? And it was Alan Alda. In what year was the first IVF test tube baby born? In 1960, 65, or 78? And that was Louise Brown in 1978. What country did the Soviet Union invade in December 1979? Iran, Afghanistan, or Syria? And they invaded Afghanistan. Name Yogi's sidekick in the Yogi Bear Show. Is he Buddy Bear, Boomer Bear, or Boo Boo Bear? And he is Boo Boo Bear. Who was the leader of China during the Cultural Revolution? Mao Zedong, Deng Xiaoping, or Zhou Enlai? And I apologise if I murdered those pronunciations. The answer is Mao Zedong. Fleagle, Bingo, Drooper and Snorky were the furry costumed hosts of which show? The Banana Splits, The Muppet Show, or The Pink Panther Show? And if, like me, you're singing Tra-La-La in your head, you know that that's The Banana Splits. Which war film featured Steve McQueen and a motorcycle jump scene? The Longest Day, Where Eagles Dare, or The Great Escape? And there's an extra bonus point if you know where he was trying to jump to in The Great Escape. A fire in which Apollo Command Module tragically killed 3 astronauts. Was it Apollo 1, 7 or 10? And that was in Apollo 1. In the original Star Trek series, what was the nickname of medical officer Leonard McCoy? Was he Pains, Bones or Meds? And his nickname was Bones. What type of government was established in Iran after the Iranian Revolution? An Islamic republic, constitutional monarchy, or parliamentary democracy? And the answer is Islamic Republic. What agreement signed in 1973 officially ended US involvement in the Vietnam War? The Paris Peace Accords, the Geneva Convention, or the Hanoi Palace Treaty? And that was the Paris Peace Accords. Who directed the original Star Wars film released in 1977? Was it George Lucas, Steven Spielberg, or James Cameron? And it was George Lucas. A 70s popular toy, what's the missing word? Something wobble but they don't fall down. Is it boggles, weebles, or clackers? And the answer is weebles wobble but they don't fall down. In 1967, which country had the Six-Day War conflict with Egypt, Jordan and Syria? Was it Saudi Arabia, Israel or Iraq? And the answer is Israel. Who released the hit song I Will Survive in 1978? Was that Diana Ross, Donna Summer or Gloria Gaynor? The correct answer here, Gloria Gaynor. Which of these colours is not on the original classic Rubik's Cube? White, purple or blue? And the answer, there's no purple. Which Charlie's Angels actress was married to the $6 Million Man? Farrah Fawcett, Jacqueline Smith or Kate Jackson? And the correct answer is Farrah Fawcett Majors. Which of these was first released in 1979? The DVD player, portable CD player or portable cassette player? And it was the Sony Walkman portable cassette player. What was the response of the Soviet Union to the Prague Spring? Was it economic sanctions, diplomatic negotiations, or an invasion of Czechoslovakia? And the answer is an invasion of Czechoslovakia. Which company gave us the first handheld electronic calculator? Was it Texas Instruments, Hewlett-Packard, or Casio? And the correct answer is Texas Instruments. These were all founded in the 70s, but which was founded first? Atari, Apple Computer Company, or Microsoft? And the first there was Atari. What type of animal was Skippy? A koala, kangaroo, or wombat? And the answer, Skippy the bush kangaroo. Can you name the band formed by ex-Beatle John Lennon and his wife Yoko Ono? Was it Plastic Ono Band, Wings, or Ono Dreams? And the correct answer is Plastic Ono Band. Who released the album Rumours in 1977? Was that the Eagles, Fleetwood Mac, or the Rolling Stones? And that was by Fleetwood Mac. Name the spacecraft that performed NASA's first successful landing on Mars. Was it Raider 1, Explorer 1 or Viking 1? And that was Viking 1. Where did the very first Playboy Club open in 1960? Was it in Chicago, Paris or Tokyo? And the correct answer is Chicago. Name the home video game console released by Atari Inc. in 1977. Was it the Atari Dreamcast, Mega Drive or 2600? And it was the Atari 2600. Okay, what do you miss about the 60s and 70s? I miss being young, like this, and playing outside all day. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. And I've got some more fun quizzes for you right here. Thanks for watching.